We've all seen it. The gym warrior, shaker cup in hand, meticulously mixing that chalky powder. It's the modern symbol of discipline, of dedication, of building a better body. But what if I told you that very symbol of health could be a Trojan horse? That the mantra of more protein, more muscle is one of the most dangerous oversimplifications in modern nutrition? Because that post-workout shake, that extra chicken breast you added to your meal, might be silently waging a war on your kidneys, your bones, and even your brain. The truth about protein is far more complex and potentially far more dangerous than the fitness industry wants you to believe.
For decades, protein has been crowned the undisputed king of macronutrients. It's the literal building block of life. Every cell, every hormone, every strand of your hair is forged from it. We're taught to seek it out, to prioritize it for muscle repair, for satiety, for a lean physique. And as our obsession with health has grown, so has our consumption. Protein has escaped the confines of the gym, infiltrating everything from our breakfast bars to our coffee. We live in the age of high-protein everything. And while the dangers of protein deficiency are well documented, a far more insidious question has been quietly ignored. What happens when we get too much? Is there a hidden tipping point, a line in the sand where this essential nutrient begins to turn on us? Where the architect of our body starts to dismantle the very structure it's supposed to build? To truly understand what happens when you cross that line, we need to embark on a journey. We're going to follow the path of that excess protein, from the moment it passes your lips, deep into the hidden machinery of your body. We'll witness the immediate high-pressure crisis it creates for your internal systems. We'll uncover the slow, silent sabotage it can enact over years. And finally, we'll reveal the shocking system-wide fallout that can impact the two most important organs you possess. This isn't just about muscle, it's about survival. Imagine your body is a high-tech city, and protein is the raw construction material. When you eat a sensible amount, say a piece of fish or a serving of legumes, trucks deliver the materials to construction sites where they're efficiently used to repair buildings, your muscles, and tissues. But when you flood the city with a massive, overwhelming surplus of protein, the system buckles. The first responders to this crisis are your kidneys. Think of your kidneys as the city's most sophisticated and vital waste processing plant. When protein is metabolized, it produces a highly toxic byproduct called urea. In normal amounts, your kidneys filter this urea out of the blood effortlessly. But an extreme overabundance of protein is like a fleet of 1,000 garbage trucks showing up at the plant gates all at once, dumping a mountain of toxic waste. The plant goes into emergency overdrive. To flush out this flood of urea, your kidneys must pull massive amounts of water from your body. This is why one of the first, often missed signs of excessive protein intake is chronic dehydration and persistent thirst. Your body is screaming for water to help its filtration system survive the onslaught. Over time, forcing your kidneys to operate at this emergency level day after day is like redlining an engine. It causes immense strain, potentially leading to long-term damage and a decrease in their ability to do their fundamental job, keeping your blood clean. But the damage doesn't stop at the kidneys. This crisis creates a ripple effect, a silent sabotage that targets the very foundation of your body. Digesting huge quantities of protein, especially from animal sources, creates a highly acidic environment in your blood. Your body, in its infinite wisdom, cannot allow its pH to be out of balance. It's a state of emergency. So, it initiates a desperate search for an alkaline substance to neutralize the acid. And it finds the perfect candidate, the largest reserve of alkaline minerals in your entire body, your skeleton. To combat the acid load from that extra steak or scoop of whey, your body literally pulls calcium directly from your bones. It's a devastating paradox. You're in the gym, lifting heavy weights to build strong muscles and bones, then chugging a protein shake that could be forcing your body to weaken the very frame that supports it all. Meanwhile, a second front in this war is opening up in your gut. Many high-protein diets inherently become low-fiber diets. You're so focused on meat and powders that you neglect the fruits, vegetables, and whole grains that feed your microbiome. The beneficial bacteria in your gut begin to starve, while other, less friendly bacteria thrive on the undigested protein putrefying in your colon. This imbalance, known as dysbiosis, is a recipe for chronic inflammation, bloating, and poor nutrient absorption, turning your digestive system from an engine of health into a source of internal conflict. This is where the story reaches its climax. The strain on your kidneys, the weakening of your bones, the war in your gut. These aren't isolated events. They are tremors that signal a system-wide earthquake.
Are you doing okay?
The chronic, high-pressure
You can talk to me.
workload forced upon your kidneys can, over time, contribute to elevated blood pressure.
Hey everyone,
Your heart
welcome to the
is
comment
now
section.
forced to
We
pump
wanna know
against a
what makes
more
you strong.
resistant system, increasing your long-term risk for cardiovascular disease. The very nutrient you associated with a strong, healthy body is now implicated in weakening its most important muscle. And perhaps most frighteningly, we look to the brain. The gut-brain axis is not a myth, it's a superhighway of chemical communication. When your gut is in a state of dysbiosis and inflammation, it sends distress signals directly to your brain. This can manifest as brain fog, mood swings, and a feeling of perpetual low energy. The harmful byproducts produced by the bad gut bacteria can cross the blood-brain barrier, contributing to neuroinflammation, a factor now being heavily researched in its connection to long-term cognitive decline. The ultimate revelation is this: the obsessive, brute force pursuit of muscle through extreme protein intake isn't a shortcut to health. It's a dangerous trade-off, sacrificing the long-term integrity of your heart, your mind, and your skeleton for a short-term aesthetic goal. So, what have we learned? What is the real story hiding behind the protein hype? First, that a surplus of protein isn't harmless. It places an immediate and punishing burden on your kidneys, forcing them into a state of chronic emergency just to keep your blood clean. Second, this overload triggers a silent internal sabotage, forcing your body to choose between balancing its pH and maintaining bone density, while simultaneously creating a war zone in your gut. And most importantly, we've learned that this cascade of failures doesn't stay contained. It creates system-wide fallout that can compromise the health of your heart and your brain for years to come. The goal, then, is not to fear protein, but to respect its profound power. It is a builder, but it can also be a wrecking ball. True, sustainable health is found not in extremes, but in balance. Now I want to ask you a question. Have you ever felt the pressure to constantly increase your protein intake, maybe without fully understanding the right amount for your own body? Let me know your story in the comments below. Have you ever tried an extreme high-protein diet, and what did you experience? Your journey could help someone else navigate theirs. And if this video gave you a new perspective on nutrition and health, consider subscribing to the channel. We're dedicated to digging deeper and challenging the conventional wisdom to help you build a truly resilient body and mind. Stay curious and stay informed.